What's up, guys? Welcome to Custom Designs channel, and joining us here today is the infamous newcomer to YouTube, Mr. Devon Thomas. Mr. Devon Thomas is a certified Google digital marketer, and I don't know if you guys have ever been on his channel. I'm sure you've probably heard something about it. You've probably seen his face there a few times. His face is everywhere these days. He is definitely making waves on YouTube and making waves in people's lives. He's indulging more on the side of educating people on how to use Google Ads so that you can make money for yourself, not just be paying someone else. And that's what I like about Devon. So let me not speak too much. So Devon, what can you tell us about yourself?
Well, hello to everybody on Custom Designs. I hope you guys are well today. Chad, thank you so much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it, man.
Cool, man. That's awesome, man. So let's just start off by saying, so how did your journey begin becoming a digital marketer?
It's been a very long journey. But let me give you the short version of the long journey, right? So I started off basically not knowing anything about this whole digital world, not knowing anything about logos, not knowing anything about web design, but I always had it in my heart somewhere that I want to design websites. Okay. That was always one of my dreams, was to design websites. So what I used to do is I used to go to work, and I used to go to work early and sit outside. And from about 5 o'clock in the morning till about 7 o'clock in the morning, I would steal my work's Wi-Fi and I would just research YouTube videos on how to build websites and how to do logos and how to do design. So that was where I started off. And boss, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Too late.
So eventually I got to the stage where I was more confident in my skills. And I decided I'm going to quit my job and do web designing full time. The problem I found is that we build these beautiful websites for people, and they don't know what to do next. They don't know how to use them. They don't know how to get clients. And what I started noticing was, it doesn't matter how beautiful the website was or how intricate or how complex it was, the people that we built websites for were still not making money. And that really bothered me, because I feel like if you're in business, you should help people make more money. That should be the job of somebody in business, is to make somebody else's business better. And that's when I got into the whole digital marketing thing, learning about different ad types and so on and so forth.
Okay, no. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Devon is a close friend of mine. He's definitely a friend and a mentor. I like to look at him as like a big brother, because yeah, he's definitely smacking me beside the head saying, "What are you doing? Come right." And he's the one that actually inspired me to start this YouTube channel. And I really recommend you guys to go and check out his channel, because it's very informative, and Devon just has this way of explaining things to you that is simple to understand, taking these complex things like YouTube, like Google Ads, sorry, and just making it sound so simple, like anyone can do it. So
thank you, Che.
awesome, man. So what is Google Ads, and why should people learn how to use it?
Okay, so let's say you're searching for something. I don't know. Give me something that you like looking at online, or something that you're really interested in.
Gaming.
Gaming. Okay, so back in the days, how we used to go look for games was, we used to go into Game, or we used to go into Macro, or we used to go into Dion, as it used to be called as well. I don't even know if there's Dions around here. We used to go through the game section, man. Look for PlayStation 3 games, just go through, and whatever they had in stock was whatever they had in stock, you know? Like if you want Gran Turismo 5 and they only have Gran Turismo 4, you had to kind of drive from this location to maybe the Joburg location, or maybe even further away, to find that game that you were looking for. The cool thing about Google is when Google came out, it was a place where you could search for something and you could find it instantaneously on your laptop. So if you were looking for a particular game, let's say Call of Duty, and you wanted to buy it for Xbox, you no longer needed to go stand up, get in your car, put in fuel, drive around, find the right copy at the right price, buy it from the right people. All of that was gone when Google Ads came, when Google came.
Lovely.
And now, through the power of Google Ads, or rather, let me put it to you this way. We know that when you search for something, you get these search results. So first place, second place, third place. But Google Ads is a way for you to jump to the top of the search results with your business. So if you're selling sneakers, you could be number one on the search results just by taking out a Google ad. If you maybe weren't interested in advertising on Google and you wanted to be on YouTube, although the name is YouTube, when you have a Google ad, you can show your ads or videos on YouTube as well. And the coolest thing about this, if you're a small business owner and you're watching this, is you can do it for really cheap. I mean, I'm talking about cheap, as in it costs next to nothing to do. Now, when you think about it, back in the days, we never had these options. You could either take out a newspaper ad, or you could just call a million businesses every day and hope somebody buys something, which would cost you airtime and it would cost your time as well. But what Google has done with Google Ads is they made it so easy for people to find products and services simply by showing them the ads at the top of the search results.
Awesome. So going back to what you were saying, you could run your ads for really like low, like what's the lowest cost that someone could run the ad at that will be profitable for them?
Can I blow your mind right now? When I started, all right. So when I started, I had no money. I didn't, it's like when you're starting a business, it's rough. You don't have big investors that put 100,000 Rand in your account. You don't have your auntie that gave you a 5 million Rand and you have to figure it out. Especially growing up where we grew up, it's like whatever you have, that's what you have. Whatever's in the bank account is what you have. So I had no money. But what would happen is sometimes I'd sell like a logo or a website, and I'd have like maybe a 500 or 400 Rand after I paid all my expenses. And I said, okay, it's obviously, if you're going to use this 400 Rand, it's going to go to KFC or it's going to go to airtime to call your girlfriend.
Can I just
why not take...
Sorry, guys. I just want to add that Devon calls me Mr. KFC, so I guess I'm Rick Ross because I'm always buying food.
Because that's where Chad does all of his banking. He does all of his banking at KFC. So basically, no stress. So basically, when I had this 400 Rand, I thought to myself, okay, let me try and run ads. I've never run these ads. Let me just try it. And I was spending 10 Rand a day, and I was getting clients with just a 10 Rand per day. And it was a good return on investment. Like I would spend 10 Rand per day, maybe for 2 months. And I would make that's a tiny budget back in the days. We're talking about back in 2016. I would get back maybe 8,000 or 12,000 Rands worth of business from just spending 10 Rand per day.
That is crazy. So you're the guys for as little as 10 Rand a day. So obviously you could say like a 50 Rand now, about, right? Could be more.
I'd say things have changed right now, but in South Africa, if you want to do it, you're more than welcome to start with 10 Rand a day and you'll still get some sort of traction. I'd say I recommend maybe, like Chad said, between 50 to 100 Rand a day. But still, when you think about it, it's still dirt cheap compared to your other options.
I mean, a burger and chips these days cost 50 Rand. So what's wrong with eating peanut butter bread for the rest of the week? It's okay. But anyways, we move on to the next question. What opportunities can beginners expect from learning how to use Google Ads? Like when they learn how to use Google Ads, like what opportunities arise for them?
I'm sorry, could you just repeat the question because the sound just cut out? I'm not sure if it's on my side or your side.
Yeah. The question was, what opportunities can beginners expect after they learn Google Ads?
Okay, so once you learn Google Ads, not only can you use them for your own business, but you can start using them as a service for other businesses. So I'll give you an example. There are a lot of businesses out there that need more customers. In fact, almost every single business that you go to in the mall, if you go to the mall, between Monday and Friday, you'll see that they have next to no one in their shop. The reason why they have next to no one in the shop is because they're not doing the proper job when it comes to marketing. So what happens is those businesses are only making money on weekends. Now, the cool thing is this: if you can make them money between Monday and Friday, or even before payday, those businesses will be more than happy to pay you for that service.
Yeah.
So not only when you know Google Ads can you help yourself, but you could literally go to other businesses and say, hey, if I can get you 25 more clients per month, how much would that be worth to you? Now, if we're talking like something like a car dealership, if a car dealership gets 25 more leads, and those 25 more leads means they sell 5 more cars, and let's say they make 30,000 Rand off every single car that they sell, you've just added 150,000 Rand to that business.
Yeah.
And they'll be happy to pay you a percentage of that. So you can see the opportunities there. Wow. Not only is that an opportunity where you can go to other clients and get them businesses, it also opens you up to being able to work for an agency. Especially in South Africa right now, because in South Africa, there are very little people who know how to run Google Ads. And if you go on LinkedIn and you look at the jobs that they post, most of them are looking for people who just know Google Ads. They don't care about your experience. They don't care what you've done before. All they want to know is, do you actually know a little bit more about Google Ads than they do? And they will hire you, and they will give you a salary, and they will give you accounts to work on so that you can develop your experience. So opportunity-wise, this is the best time to get into Google Ads.
Awesome. I actually feel like running my first ad right now. Okay, and how user-friendly is it?
Okay, this is where we have to give Google Ads like 1 out of 5 stars. It is not user-friendly. It is not very friendly for the beginner. Right? Exactly. In fact, I would make no money if Google Ads was user-friendly. So the very reason why a lot of people don't learn the system is because there is a lot to learn, and it can be extremely intimidating. But it's just like everything in life, whereby the biggest opportunities are always behind the biggest obstacles. So the people who are willing to learn all of the difficult stuff, those are the people who get to reap the rewards. And I don't want to make it sound like there's no way that you could figure out Google Ads. If you really worked hard, you could figure it out in about 4 weeks. If you really educated yourself and you watched a lot of YouTube videos, you could do it in about 4 weeks.
Wow, that definitely beats a whole marketing course over the course of a few years. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, and the next question is, I'm going to skip that one. What makes Google Ads better than any other ad revenue service out there?
That is a good question. That is an excellent question, Chad. So when we think about advertising, think about the way advertising used to work, maybe before even now. Like if you're watching TV and you see an Outsurance advert, do you immediately like pick up the phone and start calling Outsurance straight away? You don't, because I mean, those ads are just always playing in the background. Same thing with maybe an ad where you're walking down the street and maybe you see a billboard and it's maybe for new real estate houses that they're building in Cape Town. You like, okay, it's okay. I see it's nice, but it's not like you're going to pick up the phone and call. The main difference between Google Ads and Instagram, LinkedIn, maybe Facebook ads as well, is while you're scrolling, they show you pictures, things that you can buy. Okay, so you're scrolling, you're seeing your friends' wedding photos, then you're scrolling, you're reading this girl you like's status, and then you're still scrolling, and then there's an ad. Now, the ad could be something like a new earphone, a new set of headphones, maybe, or maybe a new mouse, or maybe a new laptop, but they're not sure that you're actually the right person to buy that thing. Okay, they're not sure at all. They're just showing you stuff, hoping that something might catch your interest.
Okay.
The big difference with Google Ads is you're searching for the thing you want already.
Awesome.
So if I go on Google Ads and I'm searching for a Nike sneaker, Air Force One, a white Air Force One, that means, number one, I really want that sneaker. Number two, I probably have the money if I'm searching Google for it. Number three, I'm about to buy that sneaker, whether it's on Google or if I have to go to the store. That's the main difference from Google Ads from all the other different types of ads is we're giving people things that they want, but only when they want it, only when they're searching for it and they need it the most. And that's why people buy off of Google search all the time, because if you're searching for an electrician, you want an electrician. If you're searching for a plumber, you want a plumber. No one just goes on Google and starts typing in, I need an electrician, and then doesn't need an electrician. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
But on exactly. But on Facebook, they might show you ads for something that you're completely not interested in. Google, you always know the customer is interested.
No, that's awesome. So your leads are always hot, basically, with Google Ads type of thing.
Yeah. Well, I won't say your leads are always hot, but you have a far higher chance of getting a sale on Google than any other platform.
Okay. Okay. No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Moving on to the next question. When looking for someone to help you run a campaign on Google, is it better to go for someone more experienced or someone with a qualification in it, and why?
Okay. So if somebody is experienced, that means they've done it before. If somebody has a qualification, that means they qualified in it, but they haven't done anything before. And this is where we need to get into a conversation about what your budget is and what you can afford. Usually the people who are experienced, the people who know what they're doing, will cost a lot more than somebody who's just qualified. The benefit of hiring somebody who's experienced is you already know they're not going to make all of the mistakes that a new guy is going to make with your money.
That's true.
And that's the main difference between hiring somebody with experience versus somebody with a qualification. Now, I'm not saying that qualified people who don't have experience are all bad. In fact, those people are eager to learn and they are very willing to, put in the extra time and make your ads work. They are very willing to go the extra mile, but you always have to remember that you're basically teaching them with your company's budget or your company's money. So some business owners like that idea, some business owners don't like that idea.
Okay, I see. So how would you suggest someone goes about learning Google Ads? Is it better to have a mentor, or can someone just dive into the deep end and hope for the best until they figure it out?
Look, there's lots of ways to do it. In fact, I've got a whole video on the fastest ways that you can learn Google Ads, but it boils down to 3 options. Number one, you can try and teach yourself, and usually you would struggle. You'd probably struggle for about 9 months. 4 weeks if you're really dedicated, but most people, what happens is they learn how to do it, but then they don't have any money to actually spend on ads, so they have to go and make the money and come back and try and spend it on ads. So I've seen it happen all different ways. I've seen people teach themselves, but the best way is to have somebody who's experienced just train you and coach you up. The same thing like if you're a professional athlete, you can learn everything about being a professional athlete by yourself, or you can just go and ask one who's already been doing it for 3 years. And the person that's going to be doing it for 3 years, they will tell you what to worry about, what not to worry about, what to learn, and what not to learn.
Awesome. Yeah, I think the mentor route is a better way to go into it. Saves a lot of time.
Yeah. Definitely.
Awesome, man. Okay, next question is, how has Google Ads helped your business in both using and teaching it?
Okay. When I started off in the web design logo space, and that really helped me get clients in. And eventually I went through that phase that I was telling you about, whereby you start making these websites and logos for people, but they just don't move forward in their lives. And you're like, why? You know, I designed a beautiful logo. You should be at least getting more clients with this beautiful branding I gave you.
Yeah.
And then you find out that the guy hasn't even used the business cards that you
Oh,
made for him, or he hasn't even used he hasn't even looked at the website that you've designed for him. So I started off there, and I was getting a lot of clients in by running my own Google Ads. Eventually, I actually understood the power of Google Ads, and I saw, wow, this is something that can help everyone. It can help everyone. And what I started doing was, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to teach people how to do it. I wasn't expecting anything. I just said, I'm going to upload videos. Maybe I'll get like 10 views, and I'll be happy with my 10 views, or maybe I'll get like 100 views, and then that will be good for me. I was just trying something, trying to get more clients, or not trying to get more clients, but trying to teach people Google Ads. Eventually what happened is my channel has grown to 170,000 views now. I've got I've worked with clients from North America, Europe, Asia, Australia, Africa, all different countries like Singapore, Canada, USA, New Zealand, all different countries all over the world. And I'd be lying if I said it didn't change my life. It really, really changed my life, because knowing what I know about Google Ads now, I don't have to go and design logos anymore. I don't have to go and make websites for people anymore. I can just sit, teach, and train people for 3 hours a week, and I can make all the money that I used to make designing for an entire 2 or 3 weeks.
wow.
That's the massive shift that Google Ads has made in my life.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. Yo, that sounds amazing. So you reach people all around the world. And can I ask you something as well as where does majority of your clients come from? Local
Definitely
or
North America.
North America.
Definitely North America. So if you want it between the local clients and the clients from overseas, I would say we get about 5%, 5 to 8% of our clients are local. The rest are all international, all from overseas. And what's nice about it is, because you're dealing with international clients, you're dealing with international budgets, so you actually get more money from the people that work overseas. They're willing to pay you a lot more. Although their standards are higher, they're willing to pay you a whole lot more. So for example, a Google Ads expert in South Africa could probably earn between 15 to 30,000 Rand per month.
Wow.
Okay. Google Ads expert in South Africa. Overseas, your salary would probably be starting at about 45,000 Rand a month, all the way up to, it could be 80,000 Rand, 90,000 Rand per month. So you're just multiplying that number by 3 just by going outside of South Africa.
Wow.
And that's purely because with the money that they're spending, they are more than willing to pay you more, because there is more at risk if they lose, and there's more at risk if they win. So because they are dealing with more money, or rather because they have the potential to earn more money, everyone benefits, including the people that work for the company.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. So definitely useful for the overseas clients. And as you said, more money for the person using them. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I also ask as well is what's the best what's the criteria for a successful ad on Google Ads, so that it doesn't seem to really burn a hole in the budget?
Could you rephrase the question maybe when you say criteria?
Okay, like what are the 3 the key steps, like the key parts of a successful ad that make up a successful ad, in the sense of like, how do you make sure that your ad itself is going to do better than, for instance, the ad that you just made. Like,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah, I understand.
So I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So the best way to do this is you don't have to divide it up into components. It's pretty simple. If your ads are making more money in February than they did in January, then you've got better ads. If your ads are making more money in March than they did in February, then you've got better ads. How much money you get back and how many customers you get back for a particular ad, that's how we measure the strength of the ad.
Okay.
Now, there are a couple of things that you can do to make your ads better than the competition. You can research what they're doing and try and write ads that are different. You know what I'm saying? Try and write ads that are more personal, that get in touch with what the customer's thinking or feeling. So, for example, if you're selling generators in South Africa, backup generators, electrical generators,
Needed.
you could just have an ad that says generators for sale, contact Johan at this thing, and that's fine. But if you wanted to beat Johan's ad, you could put something in your ad, something like, are you sick and tired of Eskom? Click this ad and find out how you can end load shedding for your house forever.
Awesome.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I understand what you're saying. Awesome, man. Awesome. I see. So the next question would be, do you have any words for people looking into starting their Google ads journey at all?
Yeah. You can. I've got so many free resources that you can check out. I've got a YouTube channel, Neptune Design. You can just search YouTube. I think Chad will also link it down below. We've also got Google Ads free masterclasses. So if you go on neptunedesign.co.za, you can sign up. It's a 1-hour masterclass, and I've built it for absolute beginners. So you're just starting Google Ads, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to do it, you don't know where to begin. Sign up for that masterclass at neptunedesign.co.za. It's literally built for absolute beginners, and it's free. It's completely free, and I'll teach you the basics of Google Ads. Last but not least, if you want to take your ads extremely seriously, you can also check out my Google Ads course, whereby I've got 12 hours of me just teaching Google Ads. Wow. And I sit with you every month, and whatever problems you have with your ads, we can discuss it. There's even coaching built into that course as well. So I've got plenty of options for newbies or people who don't know anything about Google Ads to learn Google Ads.
Wow. Okay. Now, cool. So you heard it here first, guys. If you definitely want to start your journey, go and check out this course. I know definitely it is very value for money, to be honest, because this guy just gives his all when he's trying to teach people, and he definitely will not be scared to hold anything back. He gives you everything once off. I've complained about it to him before, like, no, don't do that. You're giving people everything, they're not gonna come back. And yeah, I am being wrong, because they just keep coming back, because he is he's definitely someone who knows what he's talking about. And yeah, definitely go check out his course, guys. But
yeah, and just on a side note there, it's like, it's a generosity principle, you know, like, I believe that the more you give, the more you receive.
Amen. I agree with that 150%. Awesome, man. Well, this is an amazing chat. Devon, thank you so much for giving us the time, as well as the custom designers or the customies. I don't know what to call them yet, but when the fan base gets a bit high, I'll think of a better name. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us today. And if you guys wanna look for any more helpful resources, I will leave Devon's Neptune Designs link to their page below, as well as the link to his course. So if you guys are excited to get started with it, I know I am. I definitely am. Definitely go and click on that. But yeah, just want to say, any last words from your side, Devon?
No, I just want to say thank you, Chad. It was fun. I enjoyed the talk. It's always nice to talk about Google Ads on a Thursday night. So I had fun. Amazing. And yeah, thanks for the opportunity, man. I really appreciate it, man. I do.
Awesome, man. And thank you for giving the time. And I can just say I'm extremely happy that Eskom didn't decide to cut our meeting short. Yeah, it's always a blessing.
Yeah, it is a blessing. It definitely is.
Okay, awesome, Mr. D.
If you guys are looking for any corporate branding such as logos, business cards, and more, please contact us on our website www.astrodesigns.co.za. If you would like to check out some of our work, don't be afraid to visit our Instagram page or our Facebook page.